Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're getting into something that's both super interesting but kind of creepy too, right? Algorithms gone bad.
And I don't mean like your social media feed recommending you cat videos when you're a dog person, haha.
This is about how algorithms could actually be used to dominate entire industries. Some seriously intense business stuff.
We're digging into two seriously dense research papers, Algorithmic Predation and Exclusion, and Unleashing the Predators.
Don't worry, I've waded through all the technical jargon, so you don't have to.
We'll break it all down together. But you know what really struck me? How relevant this all is right now.
Remember that FTC lawsuit against Amazon? The one where they're accused of using algorithms for predatory pricing?
Right.
These papers go way beyond that one case. It's like they're giving us a backstage pass to how algorithms could become the ultimate business predators.
So help me out here. Why are we even talking about algorithms as predators? Like, can't a bunch of code be just as ethical or unethical as the humans who created it?
That's the fascinating and kind of scary thing. Sure, humans write the algorithms, but then they operate in this whole other way. It gives them advantages that even the most ruthless business person couldn't dream of.
Unleashing the Predators, one of the papers, has this great analogy. Imagine you're playing chess, right? But your opponent is a grandmaster who can analyze 1,000,000 moves per second, instantly countering your every move. That's what a company is up against when an algorithm enters the game.
Okay, so speed is one thing, but humans are pretty adaptable too, right?
We're always learning, coming up with new strategies. What else makes these algorithms such tough competition?
Okay, so sticking with the chess thing. Imagine that grandmaster also has a perfect memory. Every move you've ever made, every strategy you've tried, going back years, they remember it all.
Algorithms have that kind of long-term memory. They never forget a price change, a competitor's sale, a tiny shift in what customers are buying. This lets them predict the market in a way we can only dream of.
So they're playing 4D chess while we're stuck with checkers, basically.
But wait, there's more, right? They can actually, simulate the future.
Exactly. Before an algorithm even sets a price, it can run through millions of simulations, testing out different scenarios and seeing how they'll play out.
It's like having a crystal ball that lets them see every outcome and pick the most profitable and potentially most destructive path.
Okay, now I'm seeing why we're calling them predators. This isn't just about being a little smarter or faster. They're operating on a whole other level.
But how does this actually play out in the real world? Like, what happens when these algorithms go head-to-head?
Let's look at a simulation from Unleashing the Predators. It's simplified, but it makes the point. Picture two companies, one that's been around, one brand new. They both sell the same thing online. Pretty normal, right?
Now, let's say they both let algorithms decide their prices. No human intervention, just pure algorithmic competition.
Okay, I'm hooked. It's like a digital duel at high noon.
Mm-hmm.
So who wins this algorithm showdown?
Here's where it gets really wild. The established company's algorithm, the incumbent, figures out how to predate on the newcomer.
And we're not just talking about regular competition, oh no. I mean, slashing prices, undercutting like crazy, sometimes even selling below cost.
Well, hold up. Below cost. You're telling me this algorithm is willing to lose money just to crush the competition?
Yeah, it's kind of ruthless, but remember, algorithms don't have feelings. They don't get vindictive like us.
It's all about the objective, in this case, maximum profit. And the algorithm discovered that sometimes the most profitable move is to just wipe out the competition, even if it takes a hit in the short term.
That's kind of scary when you think about it.
What's even crazier is nobody programmed it to do this. It wasn't like step one, if new guy shows up, undercut him till they're bankrupt.
The algorithm discovered this strategy all on its own, just by crunching numbers and running simulations.
It's like those sci-fi movies where the AI becomes self-aware, except instead of taking over the world, it's just laser-focused on profit.
Right. It's a good reminder that even with what seems like a neutral goal, algorithms can lead to some seriously unintended consequences.
Mind blown. Okay, so we've got algorithms acting like stone-cold predators, but it gets weirder, doesn't it?
What about this whole algorithmic manipulation thing? That sounds straight out of the Matrix.
Okay, picture this. A magician, right? They use sleight of hand, misdirection. They're messing with your perception of reality.
That's kind of what algorithmic manipulation is. It's not brute force, it's deception. Instead of attacking a competitor directly, it messes with the information they're using to make decisions.
Wait, slow down. How can an algorithm manipulate reality? It's just code.
Okay, say there's a new online store. They're trying to figure out what to charge for their products, right?
So they look at the competition. Now, Imagine a manipulating algorithm comes along and starts setting artificially high prices.
The news store sees this and thinks, sweet, we can undercut these prices and clean up.
Makes sense.
But it's a trap. Those high prices weren't real. It was all a big act.
So the news store jumps in, starts a price war they can't win, and the manipulator cleans up.
Exactly. The manipulator creates this distorted view of the market and leads their rivals to self-destruct.
This is less like chess now and more like some kind of mind game thriller. But hold on, don't we have laws against this? Predatory pricing is illegal, right?
There's the catch. Those laws were made for humans back when you had to prove intent. With algorithms, intent is slippery.
How do you prove what an algorithm is thinking? Especially when it's probably thinking a million things per second.
Good point. So how do we regulate something this, intangible?
Well, the paper talks about the Williamson and Baumol rules, which are kind of like classic tests for predatory pricing.
Right.
The Williamson rule, put simply, says it's fishy if a company drops their prices a lot as soon as a competitor shows up. It suggests they might be trying to muscle the little guy out.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the Baumol rule then? Okay, that makes sense. So the Baumol rule looks at what happens after a competitor exits the market, right?
Exactly. Like, say a company lowers prices when a competitor pops up, then boom, as soon as that competitor's gone, the prices shoot back up.
That's a pretty good sign they were willing to take a temporary loss to dominate the market in the long run.
So they're playing the long game, huh? Sacrificing a few pawns to get the queen. But can't these algorithms, outsmart these rules?
They're so good at running simulations, couldn't they just avoid setting off any alarm bells while still being super predatory?
That's the million-dollar question. And researchers have actually tested this. They pitted sophisticated algorithms against these rules.
Oh man, this sounds intense.
And guess what? The algorithms found ways to get around them. They figured out how to be super sneaky, acting in ways that seem totally legal, but still choking out the competition.
So it's like, we make a rule, they find a workaround. It's like playing whack-a-mole with these digital masterminds. Are we just doomed to lose this battle?
Not necessarily. The Unleashing the Predators researchers actually propose a new rule that might be more effective in this crazy algorithm age.
Instead of just looking at prices before and after a competitor enters or leaves, they say we should focus on price changes that happen right after a competitor joins the game.
Interesting. So more of a real-time thing.
Exactly. It's about patterns. If a company is constantly tweaking prices in response to a new player, it suggests they might be trying to game the system to manipulate the market and keep that new guy down.
It's like saying, all right, algorithms, we get it, you're fast, you can adjust prices on a dime, but if you only do it when someone new shows up, we're watching you.
Exactly. It's about leveling the playing field, letting algorithms do their thing, but not at the expense of fair competition.
This whole conversation has been mind-blowing. It really makes you think twice about all those personalized recommendations and targeted ads we see every day.
But something else has been bugging me. Earlier, we talked about how algorithms can predict the future with all that data they collect on us.
If a company has, a decade of my data, can a newcomer with a fair algorithm even stand a chance? It seems like we've accidentally created a system where the companies with the most data always win.
That's the big question, right? And algorithmic predation and exclusion really digs into this whole data advantage issue because you're right, it's a huge hurdle.
If a company like, let's say, Amazon, knows everything about your buying habits, what you browse, what you like, it's almost impossible for a new company to compete with that, even with the best intentions.
It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're just outmatched from the start.
Right. And this brings up all these other issues about data privacy, antitrust laws, what competition even means in the digital age.
If we want a market where new ideas can thrive, where consumers have real choices, we got to figure this stuff out.
It's like we've stumbled into this whole new world, the Wild West of algorithms, and we're still making up the rules as we go along.
With incredibly high stakes. The decisions we make now about algorithms, about data, about how we regulate all this, it's going to shape the future of, everything.
That's it for today's deep dive. Big thanks to our expert for walking us through this crazy world of algorithms.
And to you, our listeners, keep asking those tough questions, stay curious, and remember, the more we understand these technologies, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the future and make sure these powerful tools are used for good. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive.